record. There we go. Right. Thank you for showing up a little bit later. I totally forgot. I didn't forget about the Christmas concert. I didn't forget about the Zoom. I just forgot they were on the same night. So I was like, oh, shit. Never mind. I'm here. We're here. It's all fine. And it is being recorded, so anyone that misses it can watch it back. And we'll keep an eye on the waiting room to see if anybody else turns up, but we shall see. We shall see. So this week is all about networking and getting those new customers. New customers are literally the lifeblood of your business. They are your bread and butter. They are what are going to give you a sustainable business, let you get paid, because ultimately that, you know, we're not doing this for free. And it is something that you need to be doing on a regular basis. Finding new customers has to be your top priority. Even if you've got a team, your business is your priority, because if you haven't got a business, there's no way you can show your team what to do. So I personally, and I've seen this in quite a lot of trainings, but I would personally aim to get 2 new customers a month. Ideally more, but your minimum should be 2 customers per month. And that will give you sort of enough longevity and sustainability to keep your business ticking over, because your existing customers aren't going to buy it all the time. They're just not. They're going to go in a flash sale and stock up. They're going to go in the clearance and stock up. They're going to, when you do a mystery bag, they're going to stock up. You know, they're not always going to buy. I have the odd customer that orders every month because they're just addicted, and they won't join. So that's another story. But there are, you know, not everybody will do that. So you can't rely on your existing customers. You need to be finding new ones all the time. And we're here to talk to you about where to find them, how to find them, and what you need to be doing in order to get them. So pretty much when you first start this business, you will always start with your friends and family. That's where everybody starts. You know, your immediate network is friends and family. Now, that's great if your friends and family support you. Some of mine did, some of them didn't. It was a little bit of a mixed bag. Some of my best customers are my best friends, to be fair. My sister buys nothing. She's absolutely useless. She just waits for freebies. That is just my sister. That is just the way it is.
My sister's the same.
Yeah, just waits for freebies. Just waits to get it for a birthday and Christmas. And then when I don't buy a sensor, she's like, "What? I've not got a sensor." I'm like, "No, you've got pajamas." So yeah. Anyway, that's another story. So you will always start with your friends and family, but especially at the beginning of your journey, you'll get to 3 to 6 months, and your friends and family will stop buying, and you'll hit a wall. And a lot of people actually quit at that point and go, "This isn't for me, I can't do it." And it's because they've got no, but they don't know how to go out and find people. And that's why we wanted to do these trainings, because, you know, having something to look back on, having something to, like, you know, go back to when you're struggling a little bit, because we all do it, we all overthink it, and we all overcomplicate this business, and actually it's pretty simple. So we wanted to do something that was back to basics, so that we can all, you know, because we need to find new customers. You know, I'm always looking for new customers all the time, because my business hasn't got to where it is with the customers I've had from the beginning. Some of them don't buy from me anymore. Some of them have joined. So, you know, you've got to find new customers. It is paramount for your business, and to have a successful business, that new customers is your focus. So, and also new customers sometimes become teamers. So if you want to build a team, those new customers could turn into teamers. So it's win-win, definitely win-win. So next, basically, let's just go into the top tips, how to get them, because that's what we're here for. So I will start. Now, this is a little bit of a weird one, because it's not necessarily about where you find your new customers or getting your new customers, but it's about customer service. If you give your customers golden customer service, you will get new customers from doing that, because nobody is going to refer you if you give crap customer service. It's just not going to happen. And, you know, and it doesn't have to cost you anything, because I know that, you know, some people don't want to spend their money on extras and things like that, and it doesn't have to cost you anything. A handwritten note in an order, a message, a post in your group thanking people, you know, just a thank you, a simple thank you, and a simple follow-up, or a simple, how was your order? Was it working okay? That is customer service, as well as the samples and the free scent circles or the giveaways or whatever it is that you want to do. A simple thank you is sometimes just enough. And it goes such a long way. And I think a handwritten note is probably one of the best things that you could do. I know Claire's ordered from this company, but there's a company called Levere Home. She's in Billericay in Essex, and she does home wear, and she will wrap it up in brown paper, and she writes a little note on every single parcel. So if I mean, I order a lot from her, but I'll order like 4 bits, and it will come in a box. And obviously the box is just full of like packaging and stuff, because obviously it's breakable. And then, but when you get to the actual item, it's wrapped in brown paper, and she's used Sharpie, and she's just written a note, and she writes a different note on every single parcel. And I tell you what, it's so lovely, and it literally makes, doesn't it, Claire? It makes you feel really like special.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love it. And she's so lovely as well. If you watch her stories and stuff, she's just genuinely lovely, and you feel like she genuinely cares about the fact that you've bought from her, and that you supported her local business. Her, you know, she's local to Essex, but her small business. And that's what it's all about. That literally, it's as simple as that. She doesn't put anything in there other than a flyer. There's no sweets, there's no chocolate, there's no fluff. It's literally
It is literally just the handwritten note
handwritten note
and a flyer.
Yeah, and it's all sorts of things, isn't it? It's like, thank you for supporting my small business. It's have a wonderful day. It's you know, it's all sorts of little positive quotes and things that she writes on there, and it's honestly, it's so lovely. And that's what it's about. And I have recommended her. I have tagged her in my like in my stories, and like one of my friends has been like, "Oh my God, where'd you get those from?" So I've tagged her because I felt special. So for me, I'm happy to share and recommend, and that's what will happen with your business if you give really good customer service. Those people will then be talking to somebody about candles, and they'll be like, "Oh, hold on a minute, I've got a Scentsy consultant. You need to go and use her." And people will add people to your group, and people will pass on their samples to people, and it literally is like a ripple effect. And you know, people will always remember how you made them feel, not the products that you gave them. So 100% golden customer service is my first top tip in terms of getting new customers. Oh darn, there's someone in the waiting room. Are they in? There we go. So yeah, Claire, do you want to jump in with a tip so I can drink my tea?
Talking about good customer service, I got. I'm gonna
watching the program. Watching the program.
hang on. I'm just getting them out of the box.
Sorry, I just muted you because I was trying to mute everybody else. Unmute yourself, love. There we go. Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to mute everybody else.
Yeah. So just something simple like we said about doing the handwritten notes. I got little Christmas cards. Now I said to the general Facebook public friends family that I'm not writing Christmas cards this year, but for my customers I am, and I'm popping a little Christmas card in each order, so it doesn't matter how many times they've ordered with me. I had a lady who lives literally around the corner who's ordered from me for the first time this week, and she just came to collect it tonight, and I gave her a Christmas card, and I ordered these little bags from Amazon with Christmas wish bracelets. Now, if you're part of my team, you would have received one this week. Yeah, that's it. So I ordered loads of these Christmas wish bracelets, loads of these bags just from Amazon, really cheap. I didn't spend so much because I did bulk order, and I'm popping one of those with a wish bracelet, Christmas card, and a handwritten note to say, all I'm writing is thank you for all your support this year. It means the world. And then happy Christmas, love from Claire and Spencer. Literally all I'm writing. So that's one little tip for customer service. Just make it personal.
Yeah,
you know, because people love it. Like we just said, people love it. My next little tip, majority of you know, my business runs purely online. Well, not purely online, but mainly online. So my little top tip for the online part of your business is be present on people's social media. Now, when I say be present, I don't mean being on Facebook on your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's not what I mean, because we'll have a life outside social media. It is not the be all and end all of life. But I mean, when you see your customers post a photo, or when they write a status, or if they put a story on, give it a like, give it a heart, give it a comment, be engaging, because that is the way you're going to stay in people's minds. But then also other people are going to see what you're commenting, and people like to be nosy. So when they click on your profile photo, because they want to know who you are that's commenting on their friend's post or their friend's photo. Make sure you have some sensey on there. Like, make sure you have your website link, or make sure your profile photo shows sensey. Or like me, I've got a LinkedIn account. No, not a LinkedIn, Linktree account. So I've got my Linktree link on my bio. Just make sure you've popped a little sensey on there, or you've put a post about your warmer or your wax, and then that way you get new followers, that people who aren't actually your friends start to follow. So yeah, basically be present online, but don't solely rely online, because it's a relationship building business, as we know. Like, face to face is pure gold. You can't take that away. But just be present online, but not all the time. But make sure you're engaging in not only your customers' posts, but your friends and family's posts, because you want yourself to be seen.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
And that relationship
snippet.
building, that's the online version of relationship building, commenting on other people's posts. I always heart everything. I never like anything. Everything's a heart.
And I make sure I spend, if I'm just endlessly scrolling, I make sure I comment on posts that I see. If I'm doing like a 5-minute scroll, I'll make sure I'm commenting and putting a heart on posts and putting a heart on people's stories, because it then helps my own Facebook to be seen.
Yeah, because then
and that's what you want.
Those people will then see your posts. So if you are going to use your personal profile, which is always, I've written this further down, but your personal profile is brilliant, because if you're stuck inside your customer group constantly, new people aren't going to see it. So you need to be.
Another thing about your personal profile, make sure, well, don't make sure, but have a go with turning your personal profile into the business, like a professional profile. Because you can get all sorts of insights as to who's clicking on your posts, who's sharing your posts, who's engaging with your posts. You can then boost a post. So if you want to go down the avenue of doing adverts, you can boost a post from your professional personal profile, which I didn't know you could do.
I didn't know that either.
Cool. And your posts can be set to public, so they get seen by more people.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already had a go at that, try it.
Yeah, you can set your post to public even if you're not on a business profile, though. You can set it on the private zone.
Yeah,
I always set my Sensey ones to public, because I don't mind people seeing those. Okay, so my next tip, which comes on from the customer service, is referral schemes. So if you haven't got a referral scheme, I would get one. I've had a few over the years that I've done it, and I realised that it's easier to keep it as simple as possible, because I forget what I've told people I'm going to give them. So for me, if one of my customers refers somebody and that person buys, so they have to order, the person that referred them gets a gift. That's it. Gets a gift. Because I have, for me, if that person they refer orders 200 quid's worth or a diffuser, a scent circle ain't going to cut it. For me, I don't think it does, because it's not a big enough reward for them to be like, oh, I'm not going to bother referring somebody else. So for me, I would then use things like my half prices, my host credits, and they would get a warmer 100%. If someone ordered something massive, the person that referred them would get something massive, and it wouldn't necessarily cost me anything, because that's what the half prices and the host credits are there for. If somebody's just ordered wax, then the person will get a scent circle, they might get a bar of wax. Literally whatever I've got in stock, they will get a gift from me. And the referral scheme has worked so well for me. I've had so many new customers from my customers referring. Some of them do it without me asking them. Some of them do it when I do ask them. I've also done, I'm going to talk about sample packs. In fact, I'll talk about it now. Sample packs has been a massive, sample packs and referral schemes are probably the biggest thing that I have used to build my customer base. When I first started, I remember when I look back at my memories and stuff, I remember my coffee table was in a different place because the lounge was in a different, like, you know, it was just different. And I remember taking a photo of my coffee table and there were literally like 30 sample packs along it. Now, not all of those 30 ordered. Some of them took a sample pack and ran away. But I got a lot of customers from sending out sample packs when I first started. I literally, every single bit of wax that I had in my kit, I sampled. I didn't warm anything for about a few weeks because I just needed to get it out there. And sample packs was a game changer. You know, catalogues, I've got like some catalogues somewhere. I don't even know where they are. They're somewhere. Catalogues, people always say, oh, I don't want to give a catalogue out. They're quite expensive. No good in your house. No good in your house. A catalogue is much better in somebody else's hands, there you go, somebody else's house than it is in your house. It's a bit like your borrow bag. It's a bit like your whiff pots. They're no good to you. You already know what the waxes are. You already know how good the products are. You need to be getting them out. So you need to be messaging people. If you're new, great. When you're new, when you first start, it is the perfect time to message absolutely everybody in your Facebook group, in your Instagram, or wherever it is that you use. It could be TikTok, whatever it is. Message everyone to tell them that you're starting a new business and tell them what it's all about. It is like the perfect opportunity. If you're a seasoned consultant, use things like Christmas cutoff. Use things like the clearance has been updated. Use things like an LTO to say, oh, did you know we've got this coming, we've got that coming, we've got, you know, loads of things in the clearance, Christmas cutoff, do you need gifts? Use something to then message your customers. And then the ones that haven't bought from you for a while, do you want a sample pack? Do you want an updated sample pack? Do you want some updated samples? Because I had a customer the other day, she referred somebody and she's like, I've added them to your group. I was like, right, give me their address, I'll send them a sample pack. I didn't even ask. It's like, give me her address, send her a sample pack. She is ordered on my website as well. And the lady that referred her, in fact, I need to sort a gift out for her. That's just reminded me. But the lady that referred her was like, oh, can I have a sample pack? Because I haven't got any of the new scents. And I was like, yeah, of course you can. And because she's an existing customer doesn't mean that I'm not going to give her a sample pack, because actually she's already referred one person to me. So I'm going to look after her in the hope that she refers somebody else as well. So sample packs are massive. Like, if people try the products, they will fall in love with them. I think I had one person at an event say to me, oh, I was looking for a candle. I was like, what? I was like that. I was like, okay. I was like literally like gobsmacked. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, what? Why would you want a candle? So yeah, other than that, nobody seems to dislike our products. I've had a couple of people go, oh, I get headaches from wax. And I'm like, try it. Because some of our wax, you won't get a headache at all, because it's, you know, a lot of it's quite natural. So sample packs are like a game changer. They will 100%. And, you know, make sure you put things in there like Clothesline or Luna or Amazon Rain or something that we have all year round. Because if you put something that's limited time offer, I only put those in my orders for my existing customers. Limited time offer wax, by the time that they might have looked at it, it might have disappeared. So then you've lost a sale. So you need to have your staples in coconut lemongrass, sea salt and avocado, Amazon Rain, Luna, Clothesline. Give me some more.
There's the bestseller wax bundle.
Yeah,
Luna, Clothesline, and coconut lemongrass.
And Luna, innit?
So I've used those three. Yeah, Luna, Clothesline, coconut lemongrass. I've used those three. So whenever I've had host credits, I've added that bundle onto my host credits.
Yeah,
and I use those for samples.
Vanilla bean. Yeah, vanilla bean buttercream. And I mean, I never sample it because I hate it. My customers know that. I'm like, if you want vanilla bean buttercream, you can buy it, but I ain't sampling it.
Oh, we love it in the house.
Oh no, I can't
do it. One of our faves.
I can't deal with it. It just no. It's, no.
You're not like hugging a mug then?
No. No. No, I can just about stomach gingerbread.
Don't tell Spencer that.
I can just about stomach gingerbread hugs, but other than that, no. Anyway, digressing. So sample packs. Sample packs can be as simple as you like. If you really can't afford catalogues, buy product sheets. Product sheets are brilliant because they're really flat and they're really cheap to post. And they have everything on there. And there is room for a sticker at the bottom as well. Claire's going to do a Blue Peter moment in a minute. Here's one I prepared earlier. My office is an absolute tip.
I
can't
haven't
find
got one
anything.
made up, but I'm getting the bit.
So yeah, you've got to make it work for you. But I will say, and Orville says a famous quote, you know, spend your Scentsy money on your family, not your family money on Scentsy. However, there is a slight caveat to that for me, because you are running a business. And for me, you have to invest some money to be able to get that money back. And that is things like wax and product sheets and catalogues. And those sorts of things are like the staples of your business, because if you're sampling, you will then get the money in, so you can then spend your host credits on things to sample. So yeah, for me, it kind of, you do need to invest that little bit just to kind of get yourself started. Okay, did you get the product sheet?
My Blue Peter moment.
Found them.
I haven't got a product sheet. Hold on. I've got tea bag.
Oh, there you go, tea bag.
What's the music they use for Blue Peter? That one.
Yeah.
These are what my samples come in. So these are the 3 waxes.
Yeah, those grip seal bags are really cheap as well.
Yes, they are.
Really
On
like
Amazon.
1,000 for like a £5.
And I saw this. Somebody shared this template, and I don't know if it was Caroline or somebody else, but a Canva template for your stickers.
I think that was Tam. I think that's a Tam one.
Tam?
I think so.
I can't remember who it was, but
Or Stephanie Frieders, I can't remember. Someone.
Yeah, I remember seeing it somewhere, and I just saved it straight away and did it. But I got these printed on the print.
Brilliant. Scented stickers are brilliant.
What do you say?
Scented stickers.
Oh yeah,
I have some.
So I always make sure as well that my stickers are different to the samples that I've put in. So I've got vanilla bean buttercream, black raspberry vanilla, and Amazon Rain on there.
Yeah, amazing.
But I'll change that up each time. And then a catalogue with my business card. That's
always
literally all that goes in my sample packs.
Yeah, you don't need a lot.
All I put in.
I used to put, so when I first started, and don't get me wrong, my customers loved it, but there were so many people that didn't order. It was just a waste of money. I used to put the washer whiffs in, the samples, which are quite expensive. I used to put the body samples in. I used to put like loads, like 3 wax samples in, then the body samples, then the washer whiffs. Then I'd like get counter cleaner, I'd sample that. And I thought, you know what? Bumper sample packs need to be for people that are genuinely serious. Like if you go to a party, you can give out bumper sample packs because you know that you can connect with people. But yeah, I have literally reduced it right down and kept it simple, because actually it's the wax that they're interested in, and it's the wax that they want to sniff, and it's the wax that they're more than likely burn it if they haven't used Scentsy before. I have loads of people do that. Like, can I burn it on a normal one? I'm like, yeah, of course you can, but you need a warmer. But yeah, they will burn it. But in terms of, so sample packs is one way of getting new customers, and it's a freebie. Everybody loves a freebie, genuinely. But if you have somebody local to you and you offer them a sample pack, and then you go, oh, where do you live? And they go, oh, around the corner. Offer them your borrow bag. Offer them your borrow bag with no obligation to buy, just to try, because 100% they will love it and fall in love with it, because our warmers are beautiful. And you can use the warmer that was in your kit. You can use your host credits to buy a new one. So I have a mirrored glass in mine, and I bought that really early on with host credits. And every time I've sent it out in a borrow bag, I've sold it because it's beautiful. I love it. And it's 55 quid. It's like one of the sort of lower end warmers. And it literally goes in like everybody's house. And every time I've sent the borrow bag out with that warmer in it, they've bought one. So if you do have host credits and you don't know what to buy, get yourself a standard warmer. Twinkle is a good one. Crushed Diamond is a really good one. Mirrored glass, you know, something that's not too, like some of the ones that are beautiful colours, like Flaunt Your Feathers is absolutely stunning, but it will only fit in certain homes. So for me, I go neutral. We've got quite a lot of like beige nude type warmers as well now, like quite a lot of ceramic type ones, and that's like massive at the minute. Like I've got my new nude jumper on, look, it says Manifest on it. It's from Primark. But nude's really in at the minute. So things like that, things that your customers are going to like, if you've got host credits and you've got half prices, pop them in. I'm not sharing my crush time with anyone. That's why you need to buy another one. Grey glass. Oh, see, I love, yeah, Obsidian. Obsidian is like game changer. People love Obsidian. And the grey glass is actually, I actually really like grey glass. I think it's a really good masculine warmer as well. You know, if people don't want anything too in your face, blingy, for a boy's room as well, that's a really good one, and that's a really good price point. It's like 42 quid. So yeah, Borough bags are just amazing because you can, and you really don't have to just stick to a bag of stuff to give to someone. You can make it up and get them to take it into work. You can take it into work. I watched a live that Lisa did today, and she was talking about at this time of year making up gifts and taking them into the staff room at work and putting notes on them to say how much they were, and either selling them as they are or getting them to pre-order. And I thought that was a really good idea because you don't even have to do that just for Christmas. We've got the Valentine's collection coming out soon. You could do that for Valentine's. You'll have loads of men. Well, maybe not you, Claire, but you'll have loads of men at work potentially who are like, oh, actually, I need a Valentine's present. So if you're
We've got one new bloke that started with us. Says one.
You know, and things like, you know, people are always looking for gifts and gift ideas. Like I had loads of people speak to me and like, I just never know what to buy people. And I'm like, Scentsy, buy them Scentsy. Because it's genuinely, you know, and while we're on the subject, gift it to people, because I've got loads of new customers gifting it to people. My sister-in-law, which is Chris's brother's wife, lives in Newcastle, and she loves like Molton Brown and stuff like that. She's well posh. And I gifted her a fragrance flower, and I gifted her aloe water and cucumber because I knew that she was going to be a fresh kind of person. And she orders flowers from me all the time now. She absolutely loves them, and she orders 2 or 3 at a time every time she orders. So 100% gift it, because you will get new customers by just gifting it. 100%.
Going back to what you said about taking bits into work, I took so every month the staff toilet at work gets a scent circle hung up on the side.
What?
And I sold 4 Amazon Rain fragrance flowers. I took the Amazon Rain in last month and sold 4 Amazon Rain flowers from that scent circle being in the toilet.
Yeah, I love Amazon Rain.
Definitely take stuff into work.
The good thing about sharing things like Amazon Rain, Clothesline, and things like that is that there are other products in those scents. So if someone says a scent circle, oh my god, I love Amazon Rain, you can then say, well, we do it in wax, we do it in pods, we do it in fragrance flowers, and then they've got sort of an array of things that they can order. So yeah, it's a really good idea taking stuff into work. And ask your customers, ask them, like, do you have a staff room? Can I send you with some Scentsy? Try and get you some host credits. You know, set people up a shopping link and say to them, if you share it and you build your orders up, you can get free Scentsy, you know, and people will try, you know. And I've had customers do it. I've had customers do absolutely nothing on the shopping link, and then I've had customers absolutely smash it and get the host rewards. And I've had customers just order their own stuff on it and get host rewards. So, you know, shopping links is another. I'm literally skipping all over these notes, but we're getting it all in. It's fine. Shopping links are a really good way of doing it. And we're probably a little bit late for the Christmas cut-off with shopping links, but shopping links can be open for 3 months. So come January, you can say to people, do you want a shopping link or reward link, you can call it. You know, have you got people's birthdays coming up? You know, do you need to buy birthday presents? Why not open a reward link, buy your products on there like over 3 months, and then grab your goodies. Claire had a customer recently, didn't you? She had hers open for a while. She just closed it, hadn't she? And
yeah, it was Claire. So Claire did a scent event. So Claire used to be part of our team, and then due to personal circumstances had to stop, unfortunately. But she had a scent event with me, which was like an online Facebook party, back in October, I want to say.
Yeah, it was.
October,
Yeah.
maybe in the start of October.
Mm.
And alongside the Scent event, obviously opened her up a party, and she decided to keep the party link open after her Scent event. So we extended it, and then we extended it again for this month, and we just closed it down this week. And she had about £30 in freebies, and she had her half price item. And she asked straight away for a new shopping link. So we closed one down, and straight away she asked for a new one. So we're going to keep that open. And that primarily, she said, is just to put her own orders through. She's hoping for a January sale, so she could use the link on that, hopefully. We'll see.
But you
Yeah.
also got new customers.
That's what I said. I think she was like, yeah, you and me both.
But yeah, you got new
so
customers
she,
from
yeah,
that,
we
didn't
put one
you?
down. Yeah, so last month, in total, I had 12 new customers, and that was purely from doing her Scent event, taking products into work, and posting in community Facebook groups, which I haven't actually mentioned yet, and I do want to mention it. That's just reminded me.
Do it now.
I can do it now, yes. So I live in a small village about 20 minutes away from the nearest town, but around our village there's loads of other different like small villages, and each one has a community Facebook group, and there then is one extra group that is just for businesses, like local businesses in those surrounding areas. So I'd say have a look on your Facebook, have a look on your social media at your local area and see what groups there are. They could be just community groups, or they could be business groups. If you join them, you need to make sure you're looking at the group rules, because some of them have really strict rules on when they allow businesses to post and share content. So every single group I'm in has a different rule as to when I can post and what I can post, and whether I have to write my location in the post, and whether I can add a link or not in the post. So you just have to be really clued up and make sure you read the group rules. But they are a great way to network online. I've met so many new customers. Some of over the past 2 years, pretty much 90% of my customers now I've met on community groups, and then they've actually become friends. Because I've added them as friends on my personal Facebook, and they've got to know me. Again, it's part of that relationship building.
And
so I post, yeah, they're all local to me. So they literally live about 10, 15 minutes away, and I've got a few of them all in these local villages. And then obviously a lot of them is where I live, because they know me through the school runs, and obviously I've lived in this village for 16 years now. So I'm quite well known. So yeah, have a look at them. They're a really great way to network, meet new people, and also getting your business out there, getting to know people. Share your website link. You might get a few PWS orders, which is fab. And then if they do turn out to be local on your PWS, I've just sent them a text and said, you're actually local to me. If you want to place an order with me next time, you get cheaper postage, because I offer my customers cheaper postage. I do not like my local customers to pay £6 delivery unless it's in a sale. And obviously, sometimes that can't be avoided when Scentsy put the sales on. It's PWS only. But make sure you are reading the group rules, commenting on posts on there. And when you do share your own content, make sure you're adding things that you're allowed to add, like your link. So yeah, have a look, just research, just type in where you live, just type it into the Facebook search and see what groups come up, because you'll be surprised. There'll probably be quite a few that you could join.
There's loads. There are loads. I've got some really good customers from Facebook groups. Mine are all a bit all over the place. I need to look at them again, because it's like every 2 weeks, or every Monday, or every other Monday, or every other Friday, and it's like, oh my God, like I need to put like reminders in my diary so I don't forget to post them. But they are a game changer, because it's just another way of connecting with people, and more people. And I think moving on from that, like the other way to connect with a lot of people in a short space of time is parties and events. So Claire mentioned Scent events, but in-person parties, if you can get them, my customers don't bloody want them. And I do try, but they're not having any of it.
Mine don't either.
I know, but if you can get them, and I have done parties, they are flipping amazing. And I've done parties where there's been 3 people there. I've done parties where there's been 10 people there. I've done, an array of parties, but you get to talk to people, you get to show them what's going on. I pretty much leave them to it, give them the whiff pots, and they're away. They're quite happy. But more or less, every single person orders, and some of my existing customers that buy from me regularly have all come from parties. So if you can get your customers to have a party, it is one of the best ways to get new customers and big PRV in quite a short space of time. And it's not a lot of work, because most of the time the host does most of the work, because obviously it's their friends. And the best way to ask for a party is literally just say, do you want a party? Literally, do you want a party? It really isn't that hard. They probably will, I have a lot that say no, I do, but you've sown the seed. Same with joining. You've asked, you've sown the seed. And if you talk about things like host rewards and half price credit and things in your group, they will then be like, actually, she asked me about a party. And then people will be like, oh, actually, I will have one. New season is a really good time to look at parties and things. Christmas is always a good one because people obviously want gifts and things. But new season is always a good one because people like to know what the new scents are. So having a party for new season, I am going to ask all of my customers, especially the ones that have already had parties, to see if they want to book them for the new season, because it's a great way to do it. And the month before new season is 10% off. So that's always a really good month to do it as well, because then they're going to get the discount. Events. So I've done quite a lot of events these past couple of months. Big ones, small ones. Some of them cost a lot of money, some of them didn't. I've done all sorts of Christmas markets this year, and it was intentional. When did Georgie do that training? I can't even remember. It was like beginning of summer.
Yeah.
So I asked another director, Georgie Snedden, to come and talk to us about events. She is like the queen of events. She's like a proper Del Boy market trader. She loves it. And she does really well with events. She tries to book one a month, and she does around about between an active order and 500 PRV every event that she does. And so I got her to do some training, and I'll bump it. I think I might pin it to the top actually of the group. And so at that point I was like, right, I'm going to intentionally book some events. And I think it was like 4 separate events, and one of them was over a couple of days. And I didn't sell a lot of stock on all of them. I sold a fair bit, but not like hundreds of PRVs worth. But what I did get is customers that have then repeat bought. My last event was it was such a long day, and it was -1 all flipping day, all day. But I had a customer called Amy. She came to me and she was like, oh, I was going to go home, and then I saw your thing. I was like, I wanted to try Scentsy for ages. I was like, oh, amazing. Like, why haven't you tried it? She was like, because everybody I've spoken to asked me to join before I've even tried it. I was like, come in. So I was like, I'm not going to ask you to join. I was like, come on, come in, smell the Scentsy. And she spent £80 on the night. She then messaged me the next day, spent £92. She then spent another 73, and she's just ordered the Wonka wax, because I put samples in her order, and she's just ordered the Wonka wax at 20. Well, it cost her 31 quid because she ordered it on my website because she missed my bulk order. So, I mean, she should 100% join, but I ain't having that conversation with her yet because I ain't scaring her off. But she said to me, she was like, I will be your best customer. And I was like, bonus. And she is. And literally, if I'd not done that event, and I very nearly didn't do it because my car didn't start, but I've got it started. And if I'd not done that event, I would never have met her. And that's what events are all about. I did an event. This was a lot cheaper. This was it's in a town not that far from me. And I'm trying to think, it cost me 40 quid. And it was like, I was in the school hall, and then there was bits all around the school, then there was bits in the church hall, and it was all around the town. And there was loads of different people. Like, there was other network marketers, there were other just small crafting businesses, it was all sorts. And the amount of people that came to me were like, oh my God, my Scentsy consultant stopped. Are you local? I was like, yep. I had loads. I sold so much wax because they couldn't get their hands on wax. And I sold bulbs and all sorts. And what I did on that one, I don't know if I've got it actually. I don't think I have. I've got a massive QR code on one of these. So I bought these things. So this one's just like a special offer. But I bought these from Amazon and I have a massive QR code, like fills the whole thing, that says join my Facebook group. And every time somebody bought from me, I went, oh, you're on Facebook? And they were like, oh yeah, I was like, join my Facebook group. And I got them to scan it there and then, and they joined my Facebook group. And I went from 280 people in my Facebook group at the beginning of my events, and I've now got 318 in there. So all of those people have come from the events, or other, you know, they've added other people. I dropped an order off to one of the ladies I met at that market the other day, and I dropped another one off in the same town. And she was like, oh, have you just been to Sarah's? I was like, oh yeah. She was like, oh, she's my best mate. I was like, oh, bonus. So God knows if I met them at the market together, or whether or not she's recommended her, no idea. I've now got 2 customers in the same town, and they're 100%. Like, she messaged me after, she was like, thank you so much for dropping my order off. I'll definitely be ordering again. And I was like, yes, get in. My events, honest to God, have been a game changer this year because I've had so many new customers. And, you know, some of them were expensive and I probably wouldn't do them again, even though I did get things from them and wouldn't necessarily do them again. However, I am 100% going to look at more throughout the year and not just do them at Christmas, because I think having that interaction with people, being able to sort of stick a wax bar under their nose and having all the products out is very much like a party. Like, people can see what it is, you can tell them what it is, you know, you can tell them why it's so good, and they literally can see your passion while you're talking about it. And, you know, whether you sell a product or you get a customer for life, there are such a good way of getting yourself out there and getting you visible. And I would 100% recommend going to an event. Even if you start off small in your, you know, local school, local church, whatever it is, like if they're doing like tabletop type stalls or events, like go along and just get to know people, and not just the people that are going to buy, the other store holders. Like, I had other store holders buy from me because, you know, they're just as nosy as what I am. I always buy the cakes. Like, they always put me next to a cake store. I'm always like, oh, what you got? So yeah, that's what I always do. And the people that stand next to me, I always give them a scent circle. So the traders that stand next to me, they always get a scent circle, and they always get it with a QR code on it to my website, because you never know. You never know if they're going to buy from you. And I had one that connected with me on social media. So I'm going to follow up with her, because she said to me, she's like, oh my God, I loved that scent circle. I thought, yes, she's in. So I'm going to follow up with her and see if I can get her a borrow bag, because she literally lives down the road from me, and her cakes were flipping amazing. They were so good. So yeah, so events are definitely a game changer, and have been this year for me, because I've, in a short space of time, I've got a lot of new customers, and that is literally what it's all about. I mean, my PRV in October and November was 4,000 and 3,000, and without the events, that wouldn't have happened. Not a chance. Not a chance. So that is the difference between, you know, big PRV and not so much. So I would 100% recommend, if you can get parties because they are massive. But if you can't, go and look for those events, because, you know, they're the ones that are going to get you those new customers. Okay, I've got, what time is it? I've got a few more points that I'm going to try and run through. Never leave the house Scentsy naked. Scentsy naked means always have something with you. I'm rubbish. Like, sometimes I leave the house Scentsy naked, sometimes I don't. It just depends on what I'm doing. But things like this, samples, so my samples, can you see that? So that obviously that's obviously all the blurb that we need to put on. But on the back, they've got my logo, my telephone number, and my QR code. So I can give that to somebody and they know who I am. Claire's obviously got her lovely bit. She's doing her blue
I put these in my handbag. So
Wow.
these go with me in my handbag. And then I've also got little, let me see if I can find them, little packs with more samples in.
Yeah, so
In my handbag?
I had these printed as well. So this is just a little bit about me. It's got QR code to my Facebook group, QR code to my website. It's got a picture of me on it. And these I've like attached samples to them in the back like that. And I literally just have them in my handbag and scent circles. And I give them to random people. And at first, it's really scary. But when you've done it a few times, people love it. Emily had her haircut, so I get my haircut by my sister-in-law for free, and she's got Scentsy in her salon. But Emily had her haircut locally because we couldn't get to Tina, and the woman was so good. And I had a scent circle in my bag, and I was like, can I just give you this? I was like, I just wanted to say thank you. Like, you were so amazing with Emily. Emily's like fine with the haircut, but she was just so good. Like, she made her feel really special, and she was like, oh my god, thank you so much. And she was like proper chuffed with it, and it was just a scent circle. And I just had it in my bag. I mean, it was a little bit like dog-eared from where it had been in my bag, but she was more than happy with it. So never ever go out without any Scentsy. 100%. If you get good customer service from somebody, give them a sample, give them a freebie, give them a catalogue, a sample pack, whatever it is, and then connect with them. Like, I went into the bank and the woman, I was getting change for my event, and she was like, oh, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I've got an event, I've got a store. She was, oh, what do you do? And I was like, oh, you on Facebook? And I got her to join my Facebook group there and then. Literally just like, yeah, join my Facebook group. And it is, when the more you do it, the more you'll be like, oh, I don't care anymore. Just talk to anyone. It really doesn't matter. It is quite daunting, I know that. And sometimes you think, oh my God, I don't want to say anything. Oh my God, I'm not going to do it. And I've done that. I've been there and like, I'm going to give it out. I'm going to give it out. And then I'm like, no, I'm not. And I've run away with it. because it is quite daunting speaking to strangers about stuff. But nothing bad happens. Actually, when you give someone something for free, they're well over the moon. Like, they're just ecstatic that they've got something, that you've been kind. And that's what it's all about. It's just, if you don't get a sale from it, actually you've made someone's day. So, winner, winner. On the back of that as well, brand yourself with Scentsy. So if you can, I don't know if we've got vendors anymore. I think we've got one. I think it's like, is it Rhinestone Boutique who's a Scentsy vendor now? I think there's one. But I've got hoodie, I've got t-shirts, I've got water bottles from Consultant Store. There you go. I've got my manifesto in front. Claire's got a Scentsy one on. I don't even know. I've got a flipping Scentsy squishy up there, look. Got all sorts. Scentsy squishies. These as well. These are on Scentsy. Hold on. Gosh. Honestly, I've got so much crap. Yeah, these. There's not these ones, but these bags, look. This is a Scentsy shopping bag. There you go. It's got Scentsy on the side. So when you go do your shopping, buy some bags off the Consultant Store and take these when you go do your Aldi or Asda shop or wherever you go. That's where I go. Because
got the Scentsy pen?
Yeah, Scentsy pen. People will literally be like, oh, what's Scentsy? Like, people are nosy, genuinely nosy, and they will ask. And I've had people ask when I've had it on my hoodie. And they're like, what's Scentsy? Like, oh, what's that? Why have you got your name on your back? I'm like, oh, it's my business. And obviously then that just generates conversation, and you can tell people, and then you can give them some samples because they've asked about it. So branding yourself is a really good way of doing it. And if you can't get a Scentsy vendor, if you've got a business logo, if you've got a company name, like my business is Scents and Stars, you could just put that across it, and you can still tell people what it is because it's still your business. So branding yourself is a really good way. Like, I know that Lisa Rawwood had a Scentsy water cup thing at the gym, and someone was like, oh my God, I need a new Scentsy consultant. And she was like, do you do it? She was like, yeah, I do. And Lisa got a new customer from the gym just because she had the water bottle. So it definitely makes a massive difference. My next thing is a little bit controversial when we talk about this, but it's important all the same. So it's be approachable. And what I mean by that is, when you're on your socials, please don't post about anything controversial. And I know it's hard, and I know people sometimes do, and people sometimes have a rant, and people put stuff on their Facebook, and it's like, oh my God, I'm so sick of this, and oh my God, like, this happened and this happened. Your customers do not want to see that. And I know I'm being brutally honest here, but they really don't. They want you to be happy, and they want you to be kind, and they want you to be this you know, this person that is their Scentsy consultant and not this person that rants and raves about stuff that's in the politics or in the press or whatever it may be. And, you know, quite frankly, over the years, I have been that person. And I've been that person that's been quite negative, and I've been that person that's got on the bandwagon. You know, even to the point where people are slagging people off and you kind of just get like embroiled in it, and you start slagging that person off. And, you know, when you take a step back and you think, you know what, it's not a very nice thing to do or person to be. And, you know, you will put people off buying from you if you post those sorts of things on your Facebook. Like, I know that I personally unfollow or unfriend people that put stuff on that offend me, because I don't want that stuff in my life. So you will 100% have customers that will unfriend you or unfollow you or remove yourself from your group because they don't like what you're posting. So just be mindful that what you're posting is, you know, not controversial. Like, we've all got mates that we can ring up, or we can message, or we can voice note, and we can rant, and we can have, you know, we can be like, oh my God, I've had the worst day, like this idiot pulled out on me, blah blah blah. Nobody wants to see that on your Facebook. Ring your mate, tell them, tell your husband, tell your son, tell your daughter, whatever, whoever you've got, you can sound, you know, use a soundboard, tell them. Do not put it on your socials, because your customers do not want to hear it. They want you to be the happy clappy Scentsy consultant that you all are, and that, you know, they don't want to hear. Now, and I'm not saying that don't be real, because, you know, shit does happen, I get it, but sat complaining about it consistently and constantly isn't going to get you sales. In fact, it's going to get you the opposite. And it's, you know, I took these notes from a couple of posts in Group Glitter Sparkle, and Tam actually put this. And Tam is like the nicest person ever. Like, her Facebook, like, she would never have a bad word to say about anybody ever. And she is the epitome of this. Like, her Facebook is just, her socials are just amazing. Like, she's just like the most positive person, and she's been through a lot recently. She lost her mum recently, and, you know, her Facebook is still so sort of such a positive place, even though she's going through some real crap. And, you know, that's a real credit to her. And actually, I think people prefer to see that stuff than they do the negative stuff. I really do. I think as a nation, we are sort of changing the way that we think. So yeah, for me, I don't air my dirty laundry on Facebook. I never have. And I always tell this story when I say stuff like this. I was married before Chris. Well, not to Emily's dad. Time before that, I got married really young. I was 20, and we got divorced. I was 27 when we got divorced, and I remember I didn't put anything on Facebook. My status was hidden at the time, so nobody knew that we'd split up. I didn't feel the need to post it. I didn't feel the need to tell anybody. It's my business. I didn't actually do anything with it. And I remember going back to the town that I lived in, because I lived in a different town when I was with him. And someone was like, "Oh, how's Matt?" And I was like, "Oh, we're not together." She was like, "What?" And it was like a year later. She was like, "Never put it on Facebook." I was like, "No, I didn't, because I don't want to." And I always, literally, that sticks in my head all the time when I say this, because I just didn't air my dirty laundry. Nobody needed to know what went on. Like, it was my business and his business, and that was it. Now, he plastered it all over, quite frankly. But that was his prerogative. But yeah, for me, it is just, you know, keep your socials nice and light. And if you want to rant to somebody, my inbox is always open. If you want to rant to me, crack on. Because I'm quite happy for you to do that if you don't want to put it on your socials. Okay, I've got a couple more things. Actually, I've only got one more thing, because shopping links is on there, and I've already done that. So my last thing,
did it in a different order.
I know, it's been all over the place. It's been a bit scatty tonight, but I feel like I'm in a bit of a scatty mood tonight, so apologies. It's a bit all over. My last thing is be your biggest advert. And what I mean by that is use the products and share them. And that will 100% get you new customers. And use it across all of your socials, your personal profile, your stories, your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever it is that you use. If you use TikTok, do TikTok videos. If you use Instagram, do reels. You know, whatever it is that you use, show people what you're doing, show people what you're using, and you will get those new customers by telling them what Scentsy is. There are so many people that don't know what it is. So many people came up to me at my events and were like, oh, this is just a candle store. I was like, no, it's not. I got a bit offended. I was like, no, it's not candles. I was like, come and have a look. It's a bulb. And they were like, oh. And I did get sales from that because they just think it's candles. They just think it's like Yankee Candle and it's just wax melts. I've got loads of wax melts. I'm like, no. You haven't got Scentsy wax melts. Until you've tried Scentsy wax melts, no. And so, you know, if you tell people, if you go live, do a reel, just changing your wax, just changing your scent circle, just changing your pods, whatever it is, tell people what you're doing. Now, I use Scentsy all day, every day. You know, after I had my dinner, like my house absolutely stunk of like poached eggs. I was like, oh my God, I need to change the wax. You know, and to be fair, I didn't post this because my phone was on charge, but I could have taken a photo of me changing my wax. I could have then taken a photo of me cleaning my kitchen. And I do this all the time. I just didn't have time to do it tonight because I was literally running around like a headless chicken. But normally my phone is with me, but I needed to charge it because I had to take videos of Emily at the Nativity Carol concert because her dad couldn't be bothered to turn up. That's another story. But and I didn't put that on Facebook, just so you know. But yeah, so, you know, those sorts of things, those day-to-day things that you do, cleaning your bathroom with bathroom cleaner, putting your washing on with washer whiffs, you know, whatever it is that you use, having a shower with the shower gel, using the shower gel as bubble bath, you know, if you've got clear bath soak and clearance, you know, filling your bath full of bath soak, whatever it is you're doing with the Scentsy product, you need to be sharing that and telling people why it's so good and telling people what it is and, you know, telling everybody, because that will get you new customers because they will realize, oh, that's quite nice. You know, I take so many photos of my living room when the warmers are on because I just love the glow. And I get so many more comments and people say to me like, oh, I really need one of those warmers. I'm like, yeah, you really do. Because not only do they give out the most amazing scents, they look amazing. Like you can't beat, because everyone always says to me like, oh yeah, but a candle. I'm like, no, you do not get the same glow from a candle that you do from a warmer. You just don't. And then what you get with a candle is a load of soot, a load of black, and a load of crap on your chest because it's full of chemicals. So, you know, tell people that. Tell people there's a video going around somewhere of the air purifier where they blow out a candle, put it next to the air purifier, and it turns red. They then get the wax, the heated wax, and they put the wax under the air purifier, and it does nothing because there's no toxicity in our wax at all. And that video, I have to find it and share it because it is amazing. That is a perfect video to share with your customers to show them how good our products actually are. And, you know, and those sorts of things are going to get you the referrals. They're going to get you people to be like, oh, actually, yeah, I want to try that. And it's just about thinking outside the box, you know, sharing all those things on your other socials, not just in your customer group, so that people can see what it's all about. And it's that simple. It literally is social selling, is sharing you using the products. Because if you don't use them, how are you going to sell them? That genuinely, you know, people will trust you more if you use them and you love them than if you don't. You know, I don't think you can genuinely sell something that you don't love because, you know, you're just not being authentic, and authenticity is huge in this business because people have to trust you. Like people randomly give me money in my bank account, like in my business bank account. They have to trust me to be able to do that. You know, some people put orders in and they're like £100 and they're paying me money and they're hoping to get a product. I mean, they do, obviously. I don't just take the money. But, you know, they've got to trust you. And, you know, part of that is using the products and being your best customer. And that will 100% get you some new customers. So it is all about talking to everybody and never shutting up. I think I did put this somewhere, actually. Just don't be embarrassed about being a Scentsy consultant. I think people sometimes like, oh, you know, oh yeah, it's network marketing. Oh yeah, it's like Avon. It's like, no, I'm a Scentsy consultant. I sell Scentsy. I sell the best wax in the world because our wax is the best in the world, 100%. And if you keep telling yourself that and keep telling your customers that, they will believe it, and then they'll try it, and then they'll buy it. Then hopefully they'll join. You know, it's just, it is that simple. You know, it, it's really not a hard business. It's a simple business. And if you put the work in and you go out there and you talk to people and you are persistent with them, you know, if they say to you, no, well, you know, I really like my candles. Why? Why do you like your candles? Why? You know, like, just be persistent. Just say to them, just try it. Just try it. Like, good thing as well is like saying to people with the borrow bag, like, can you just borrow it and do a review for me? You know, if you've got a person that's like, no, I love my candles, I love my candles, no, I don't want to try it. Say, just try it. Don't even have to buy anything. Just try it, because I guarantee they will fall in love with it by just trying it. And, you know, don't ever say like, oh yeah, you have to order when you get my borrow bag. Like, there's never any obligation in my eyes, because some people just won't buy. You know, there's the odd person that won't, but 9 times out of 10, if they try it, they will. So next time you speak to one of your local customers, offer them your borrow bag. If they've not ordered a warmer, offer them your borrow bag with a warmer in it, because 100% they will then want a warmer. I had a colleague at work. I thought she'd never buy a warmer. And I said to her, do you want my borrow bag? She went, yeah, go on then, I'll have it. And the mirrored glasses in there. And she flipping bought it. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. She never spends any money. She was like, yeah, I'll have one. I was like, what? What? And she does. She loves it. And she loves clothesline. She's obsessed. She only ever buys clothesline. She won't entertain anything else. But that's fine with me. But yeah, she bought one. And I was shocked, because I assumed that she wouldn't. So when she saw my borrow bag at work and she was like, oh, can I borrow it? I was like, yeah, of course you can. I never asked her, because I just knew that she doesn't like spending money. But she did. And she bought one. And I couldn't believe it. I was literally fell off my chair. So just never assume and get your borrow bag out. So anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, because it's 9:20 and I'm waffling. Claire, got anything else to add?
I was literally going to say near the end, just keep it simple. You don't have to overcomplicate it. No. Just enjoy it. You know, we've, like Emma said, we've got the best products in the world, the best wax in the world. Yeah. Scentsy is a gift that we need to share everywhere. Everybody needs to know about Scentsy, and there's still thousands of people out there that don't know about it.
Yeah, there really is.
You'd be surprised how many people we still come across. I mean, me and Emma have been in this business over 2.5 years now, and you would be surprised how many people we still come across that have never ever heard of Scentsy. So we have an absolute amazing product to share. Don't be afraid to talk to people about it, because it's amazing. We know how amazing it is, and other people need to know how amazing it is.
Shout it from the rooftops. That's what I say. Talk to everybody and anybody that will talk to you about it. Some people are like, oh, for God's sake, here she goes again. But I don't care anymore. I don't care. Absolutely. I think I've hit 40 and I'm like, whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm going to talk about it whether you want to listen or not. No, I'm joking. I'm not that bad. But no, it genuinely is. If you know, and people, I think people genuinely can see you love it when you talk about it. I get that a lot. People say like, God, you genuinely love it, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Like, I really do. And I tell people that, and I tell my customers that, and, you know, and I think they see that, and I think that's why a genuine, you know, they can buy Scentsy from anywhere. They really can. Like, you know, they can go online and they can find a consultant from anywhere and just order on their website. So, you know, if you're being your authentic self and you're sharing what you're doing, you know, they're buying from you because they, you know, because they want to buy from you, and because, you know, you're the one that's making it special and making their experience special. So, you know, you've got to keep on doing that and keep on sharing, because they can just go anywhere else they want to, you know, they can, you know, they're going to stay with you because they love you. They love the products, don't get me wrong, but like I said, they can get them from anywhere. So 100% be your true selves, share what you're doing, and, you know, just keep smashing it. Just keep smashing it, grabbing them new customers. And, you know, cut off is tomorrow, but December is not over. I'm going to do a live post cut off about what to do next as well, actually. And I'm going to switch the recording off now as well. No, I'm not.
Our next training as well is about working your business in the quieter months, which ties quite nicely into that.
Yes, it does.